Okay, future CEOs and CFOs, if you are ahead of the game, we have some extra practice for you. We are going to create a game of rock, paper, scissors. And rock, paper, scissors is a very fun game, but there's a lot of situations of if this is rock and this is paper, then who beats who? And if these are both tied, then what happens? So I want to go through and do a little game. So let's start with from random. We are going to import random int. Random is a module that allows us to pick random values, sort random things. It's a really useful function, especially for creating games. You'll see it a lot of times, like random spawning and stuff like that. So now we're going to create a list of all the answers that we can have inside of rock, paper, scissors. So in this, the answers that we can give are rock, then paper, and we can do scissors. So these are all of our answers. Now, if we want to try this out, we want to play this against someone. So we're not just going to, you could go find someone play rock, paper, scissors, but we're going to make a computer that does it for us. So we're going to say that our computer, we're playing against the computer, equals a random choice within this list. So we're going to go rand int, which is why we imported this. And in our rand int function, we have a couple things that we need to choose. The first one, we need to choose the range. So our smallest number in here is going to be 0, because in a list we start with 0, 1, and 2. So we want to have our smallest value be 0 and our largest value be 2. So this is our random integer chooser. So now if we say print computer, it should print out one of these words randomly. So let's run module. Let's say, okay, it's going to ask me to save it. And we'll say rock, paper, scissors. And scissors. It'll randomly choose that. If I go here and I run it again, rock. So now we have this random sorter right here. Now we want to play against it. So we're going to name ourselves player. And underneath this, we are going to say that player equals false right now. And remember that false is the equivalent of 0. So right now, our answer is nothing. It's false. We don't have an answer. So now we are going to incorporate something that we haven't used yet, but it is known as a while loop. So in our while loop, this says while ever a condition is met, we are going to do something. So currently, if our player is false, so player is, so we're going to use the double equal, is false. And make sure that your false is lighting up orange. It should be capitalized. So basically what this is saying, if player doesn't have an answer, we're going to ask them to give an answer. And how we do that is that, notice that I am indented. So I am inside of this while loop. I am going to say that player equals input, and we're going to ask the question, the age-old question, rock, paper, or scissors. So then that is our little input. So we're going to ask the player for input. So now if we have player is equal to computer, then we are going to print another statement. So now notice that we are within a while statement. We are going to print another statement. So in this case, we are going to print what happens if you both do rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then it's both rock, you have a tie. So we can say tie, play again. So now we have one of our conditions right here laid out, but we might want to, well, we have to have some other conditions as well. So what if player is equal to, we are going to put if player chooses rock. We'll go with rock first because that's the order. Now we're going to get into another set of loops. So if player equals rock and if computer is equal to rock, or no, not rock, paper, because we already did the tie situation. So if, and now we need to do another colon. Then we are going to print, and we can say that right here we want to say, not print equals, we'll say, so player said rock, paper, we're going to say paper covers rock. And then we can throw in here computer wins. And then we can do our other condition that else, because remember the only other option that we have is you win, because we already have our tie scenario mapped out. So if else, he's not paying scissors, he's saying, well, he is saying scissors. He's saying scissors. So in here we can do print rock crushes scissors. You win. All right, so this is the very first situation that we have. And obviously, we're going to have some more situations within these elifs. We're going to have another elif if you say paper and another elif if you say rock. And then we want to also have, if we wanted to keep a scoreboard, we might keep a scoreboard and say computer win count, and we'll set that equal to 0. And then we can say your win count equals 0. So now if paper wins and computer wins, we can say, we'll say in here, computer win count plus equals 1, and then we can say print your, let's do this as an F string. Your wins, and then we can throw in here your underscore win count. And then, so your wins, your win count, and then we can do a /n. I'm going to put a colon. And then we'll do we're just going to go right into it with a computer wins, and then we can throw in computer underscore win count. And then we can close this up. And now we have this, and we can always just copy and paste this. And then if we have it over, yeah, let me copy and paste this. So I will command copy, and we'll throw that under our else statement. So we don't want this. We want to change this for your underscore win count. So your win count. And now we can get this where it prints up just some more or less, a little bit more information, some cool stuff there. So now how we want to actually finish out this program is that outside of our while loop, or not really outside, we want to make sure that this whole loop continues and happens again. Because right now we have it false, and then at the end of this, we want to be able to play again. So we're going to be able to play almost infinitely. So over here, I am going to backspace. Get me home. All right. So I want to tab. You're going to fill in the rest of your elif, but then if else. So this is computer, or your player input equals one of these. But then if yours doesn't actually equal one of those, you're going to print invalid entry, try again. And now at the end of our loop over here, we want to set player back to false again. So that will have us repeat this cycle, so then we can continue to do this over and over again. So we'll set player back to false, and then we'll have the computer make another random choice. So computer equals RT, the random int, and then we'll do 0, 2, close that up. So now we have it going through there again. So let's see if this will work, even though I don't have anything. So hopefully, I basically can only choose rock right now. So we'll run, we'll go rock, paper cover rocks, computer wins. So now we can see this again. So now if I choose rock, tie, play again, rock, tie, computer wins. So now we have this scoreboard that keeps on updating. So now I want you to see if you can add in your paper and your scissors value and see if you can have this scoreboard continue to update. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that helps.